Just finished up today's video. You're going to see us cutting a tree in a yard, doing a little urban logging. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm just pulling out with a skid steer, loaded, trees piled up and ready to go. I've got to go unhook, then I've got to get to Republic, Missouri to look at a job of walnut. Guys, I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks so much for watching our video and following our channel. Be sure to like and subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I'll try to get back to you as quick as I can. Be sure to follow us on all of our social outlets at Turner Logging, LLC at Instagram and Facebook. Check out everything going on at Logger Threads on Instagram, Facebook, and at loggerthreads.com. And check out all things forestry and timber at timbertracker.net. And you can download that free Timber Tracker app. Guys, I'm going to get down the road, go unhook, and see if I can go buy us some more timber. Have a great weekend. Enjoy today's video. It's Saturday morning here. We're getting ready to do a little urban tree work, as I call it. Looks like we picked up a branch yesterday. Skid steer here. Damn. Get in there, get in there. So we got this tall walnut tree back here somewhere, and like I say, it's a little subdivision here in Stockton. Over the years, we've actually cut, I hate to say several, but we've cut a decent amount of trees out of this little subdivision. This little area back in here, it's this little branch, it's the town branch at Stockton. Of course, it runs through the city park and whatnot, but from here all the way to where it runs into Sac River, we've cut a lot of good walnut off this branch. The wind's starting to pick up. I hope that's not going to be too much of a factor today. But yeah, we've cut quite a bit of timber off this little branch. And today we're back here taking out another tree, which the place we're at, Dad's known the people all of his life, and he's real good friends with them. So they want the tree gone, and it just happens to be a good tree, so Dad was able to buy it from him. And now just comes the fun part of getting it taken out without tearing anything up, which I don't think we'll have any trouble. We're going to pull the tree. Dad brought the ladder so we can get up high in it to hook a chain in it, because, well, obviously we couldn't really justify bringing the skidder here. And the skidder with those deep lugs on the forestry tires, we'd probably tear up a yard. So this is just another instance of where the skid steer really comes into play, shows its worth, where you can kind of get around these wide tracks and not make too big of a indention or imprint on the yard. And you can do cleanup and just, we can cut the logs to length, pack them out here to where Dad can sit out here kind of off that other main road and load them. It's a fun little Saturday project, I guess. The thing about it is sometimes these one tree deals or one or two tree deals like this, they take some time to do them, because everything's got to be, you know, pretty precise on everything. It's not a job you can just go in there and fly through it and knock trees down. We've actually got to take the time to get it pulled, you know, cut it right, then we'll do a little cleanup. I've got the brush grapple behind me, of course. It's back there behind me, which I'm not going to turn around. You know it's there. But we do, having this skid steer, this is another thing that's great about it. We've done this kind of work before, but in the last 8 or 9 months, I have bought a lot more single trees than I usually have. Now, granted, the single trees I bought are usually either really big trees or really good trees, but still, having this machine enables us to, whoops, wrong lever, enables us to go in there and knock the job out and do it. And that was part of the reasoning behind me buying this new pintle hitch trailer. I bought it with a little bit longer deck. We've got a 25-foot deck overall, so I can fit the skid steer. And a lot of times, if the logs are bucked to length, I can put the logs in front of the skid steer, and we can haul the logs back home with us as we go, which works out really well. So let's get weaseled around here. I don't like to spin or turn sharp on hard surface, because it wears my tracks out faster. And that right there, I broke my cardinal rule, basically doing like a 180 turn. But I always try to make big sweeping turns when I'm on a hard surface on these tracks. So we'll just wheel back here and see if we can't get to work. Well, there's the tree right there. It's a pretty good tree. Pretty good tree. We got to go back out here to the truck and get some chains. I've got several chains on my truck, and of course on the trailer itself, that we're going to try to pull that thing back to the south. Of course, yeah, I got the dog kennel here, got obstacles, but that's pretty typical for a lot of these jobs. So yeah, that's a humdinger of a tree. She's tall. She's tall. Wind is really starting to get up. It's early and the wind's already starting to get up. It's really plays a factor in cutting these things when you're working close quarters and close proximity to buildings, obstacles, obstructions. Hopefully we can get in here and get this thing knocked out fast before the wind picks up anymore. I'm always nervous about running across nice driveways and stuff like this in the equipment, which, like I said, that's the beauty of those tracks. It really distributes your weight well, low ground pressure, but still you can see where we've come through the yard. I just hate to make any more tracks than we absolutely have to. Have to get way up in there. Here we go. So it's getting ready to begin. Just cleaning debris out around that tree to add insult to injury. Man, them boots, I bought these boots back in October, end of September, 1st of October. It makes me so mad. It makes me mad. We'll Gorilla Glue them later. Man, talk about aggravation. Look at that floppy. Alright, we're going to get in here, tighten up on this. Maybe. You talk about a work hazard. Let's go ahead and open the windows up here. I like being able to hear things. Now, it's crucial. Go ahead and leave that backup camera on. We're going to raise that boom there. Now, Dad will probably punch some wedges in the back side of that just to ensure. I don't like when he's working under that thing like that. I'll wait right there. He's getting it bored out. These trees like this are good trees, you know, we can usually get in there and buy them right, you know, because there's so much work that goes into it and so much risk. Now, we are insured. Of course, like anything these days, you got to have insurance to the hilt. Now, I don't want to test the fortitude of my insurance to see how well it works. This should be, if all goes right, a pretty easy deal. Dad needs to move his truck there real quick too before this thing heads towards the ground. He's just there doing some, like I said, he's getting her all bored out, and the spurs will hold it till we're ready to bring it down. And if I was betting, he'll probably leave some on this backside hold. That way we can easily pull it over, and he'll put some wedges in the backside of it just to be safe. And there goes Dad's going to move his truck. Now while he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and tighten up on this chain a little bit. Easy does it. Caught in those branches there. It's got us pretty tight right there. Now we'll just wait for Dad to get back in there and put the finishing touches on it. We'll try to jerk this thing right over. It looks like the wind's out of the southeast, which we've already got kind of a lean back this way anyway, so we've got that going for us, the tree lean. Like I said, the absolute last thing I'd want to do is smash them poor bird dogs, this tree. But I'm pretty confident in me and Dad's work. If I thought they were in any real danger, we'd have the dogs out of there. We'd have the landowner get the dogs out of there, but we're pretty confident about what's getting ready to go down here. So, and I'm actually kind of surprised the landowners left the dogs in there. Dad's about to get her, put the finishing touches on her now. Just kind of easing up, clipping on ears right now. He'll motion to me here in just a second when it's go time. He's got wedges in the back side there. Keeping my hand nice and ready to go, I guess you can say. That doesn't make any sense, does it? I'm trying to talk and pay attention at the same time. Sometimes it's hard for me to multitask. Getting closer. Dad's looking at me. About ready to go. About ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and put it, keep pressure on it. Here we go. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. We'll get out, unhook these chains, get them pulled back up, then we'll start working that log up and work the top up, make a brush pile. Now this is where this backup camera really comes in handy. There's a lot of ornamental and decorative trees, ornamental and decoration trees, excuse me, behind me. And like I said, we're trying to do minimum disturbance to the yard here. So I'm not making any hard turns. I'm making a lot of just easy turns here to get where we need to be. Turned a little sharp that time almost. You can see we're not hardly, we're making, I mean, you can see where the tracks have been, but other than that, we're not really doing too much. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through here. We're going to push this brush down here by the creek, get it out of the yard. And this is probably going to require 2 hands from me. Maybe I can do it with 1 hand. Push all this stuff over here out of the way. Right like so. And we'll keep an eye on our backup camera, see where we're going here. It's got a tree coming. Line up our shadow in between the trees there. Gonna miss it. There she is. We'll take another little sweep at it here. On down, we'll try to, well, let's wait till Dad gets that buck there. Actually, let's look at our camera here. Let's make a slight turn. Now we'll come in over here on this side. try to come in over here like this and push this bunch here. And all that's going to be log. We'll look at the log here in a minute. It's a really good log. Really good log. Got a good veneer cut in it. Sweep here, wait till Dad gets out of the way, and we'll push this brush here. There's probably 40 foot of running log at least in this tree here. From where we cut the top off. So there's a lot of log. Dad's already got it marked up. There's his can of paint, but he's already marked it there in the link. Yeah, I'd say every bit of 40 feet. And what's crazy, looking through the camera and looking at the log, it doesn't even look like the same thing. It really doesn't. Dad's motioned me here. I wanted to make sure he was out of the way before we started doing this. Get that, back up. Get this here, better go to 2 hands. We didn't quite get 40 feet. That's the butt right there, that's quite a log. We got 3 10s and an 8. So we got 38 feet of log out of that tree. And that is one heck of a veneer cut right there. Heck of a veneer cut. There's where we left a little bit of the backside hold to ensure the pullover. No worm or anything. Sap's really starting to come up in these walnut though. Pretty good sap line. Good looking growth rings. These guys are going crazy. Not too bad. Not too bad. Can't really tell we were here other than a little bit down here where I pushed this top around. Worked out pretty good. Alright, we'll get these guys packed out of here. Get them taken out here to the cul-de-sac, and Dad will come back later today. Pick them up with the Mac and get them to the yard. See if I can crawl back in this thing. This floppy boot. That's really no fun. That is the #1 killer of these Justin boots I've found, is those soles breaking off. I wear Justin boots. That's all I ever wear. I like them. But this has been the #1 problem I've found with them. It's been the soles doing that stuff. Let's curl that back up. Alright. Let's get these packed out to the deck. It's soft in places. You can see where Dad made some ruts in his truck. But we'll run over this in the skid steer and level that out. Go right on out here. We're going to run down here real quick and kind of run over this with the tracks, kind of smooth things up a little bit. Make it look a little nicer. Just kind of pack all that stuff in. Take big sweeps on it. Just kind of go back and forth. Just kind of mash all that in real nice where we spun a little bit where that top hit the ground. Keep an eye on our back end camera. See, just like right there is a tree. Of course, that branch right there is rubbing on us. Aggravating branches. That looks so much better once you kind of run it over and smooth it all back up. And I'm all about aesthetics. I like for things to look good when we're done with something. Especially here in an urban setting. We don't do a lot of work like this, we really don't. And a lot of the reason why we don't is just because it's very tedious work. I mean, it's anytime you have to cut trees in urban settings where there's houses or outbuildings or a lot of little bitty ornamental or decremental. Is decremental even a word? Decoration trees. I guess that's what we're trying to say. It's just, I don't know, it's not the type of work I like to do, I'll put it that way. And I understand why tree guys like arborists and stuff that take out trees, I understand why they get paid so much money. Because it's a lot of work to get this stuff down without tearing it up. People don't understand that sometimes, the caution that goes into stuff like this, just, it's a lot of work. I would not want to do residential tree work. That just, it wouldn't be for me. Wouldn't be for me at all. I think I belong in the timber. Yeah, we've got this run over really good. Said it's smoothed it up nice. Said this was the battle zone right here, I guess. And we'll run over this little clump right here, get it smashed down, and that's it, man. That's got the wraps on this one. Got the wraps on it. These little pooches don't have to worry anymore about this tree coming down on them. That was the whole reason why they wanted to cut this tree. Just, they were worried. I think it was starting to produce some dead limbs in the top, and they wanted to take it down before it caused trouble. You know, if the ground got real saturated like it almost is right now, we had some strong south winds. That could have, these walnut trees, they seem to be really susceptible to the elements, and it could have uprooted very easily and come back and smash these poor dogs. Let's get this raised up here, kind of. There we go. Pack this out. Another thing, we put the ladder in there, and of course I climbed the top of the ladder. Dad held the bottom of it, and hooked that chain to it. Man, I don't like doing that. It's always a pain taking that chain up there. Got the weight of that chain trying to get it hooked up. Just a headache. I'm glad it's done. It was a good tree to look good on the yard. Let's get these last few logs out here, get the machine loaded up, get on our way.